Hi everyone, hope you're doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, yesterday I shared a video here from the Azimio press briefing. Of course, they were responding to the State House secret meeting, which was Kenya Kwanza PG. And I wanted you to put more attention on the speech from the ODM Secretary General Edwin Sifuna. I can tell you William Ruto is totally panicked. Ruto has lacked a way out in the current situation he's in now. State House is in a problem. Ruto is under siege. And the Kenyans are the one who has put William Ruto in this mess. The man who is leading this is Raila Amolo Odinga, because then he has become the voice of the voiceless people in our society. The poor, the sick, the hungry, the orphans, the widows, and the rest of the country, the rest of the people in our society. And to show you the desperate in Kenya Kwanza, there is something Edwin Sifuna mentioned about the issue to do with the police officers who have refused to take the order from State House to take it. It is actually illegal order to open fire at protesters. That one we had already discussed. But then the main agenda here that has pushed me to come back on this video is about the attacks that Edwin Sifuna is claiming on the website, where now people are collecting, Azimio is collecting signatures from Kenyans to send a message to this regime. Remember, their target is 10 million, but again, it can go even beyond 15 million. That move of collecting signature is also giving William Ruto sleepless nights. And Edwin Sifuna has explained how they have staged more than 1,000 attacks on the website. And they have gone to an extent of cloning that website just to mislead Kenyans into a different direction. These Kenya Kwanza guys are not even innovative to come up with their own way. So you wait for someone to do something, and then you clone it without coming with your own strategy of dealing with these issues. First of all, listen to him. Then from here, we are going to go deeper to understand who is cloning and how far they are going, and if indeed they are succeeding or Kenyans are winning this war.
We have received intelligence that in fact senior police officers in the Kenyan Police Command have chosen to ignore the illegal directive that was given by CS Kindiki for police officers to shoot protesters. And that is the reason why the president convened a PG, because he knows the police will not do his dirty work. He has now told his own members of parliament to mobilize people in their constituencies to come and harm protesters. We want to say here to those of you who might be mobilized to come and fight your fellow Kenyans, we are not the enemy. We are not the ones who have added taxation on fuel. All these members of parliament here voted against that bill. You cannot come and fight your fellow hustlers in the streets. You cannot come from Madare and think that you are better than the person who comes from Kasarani. If Kenyans are sleeping hungry because of the price of food, the hustlers are sleeping hungry, and members of Azimio are also sleeping hungry. For a president to convene a meeting where he sets his own people against each other, I think we have never come to such a law in this country. And we must condemn it in the strongest words possible. I want the people of Azimio to know we have won the argument. By the time you hear a professor of law like Kindiki saying he no longer wants to hear English or Swahili or constitutional concepts, it means we have won the argument. They have no answer to the questions that Kenyans are asking them. That is why a professor, somebody who should be encouraging discourse, constitutional discourse, and encouraging the development of law, would get to a point and he says, sasa hii kizungu imekuwa mingi, wajuaji Nairobi wamekuwa wengi, sasa tupige hao risasi. It means we have won the argument and they have no answers. Finally, we will not fight our fellow countrymen. I want to make it very clear. In Nairobi, we live as a community. Kikuyu, Luya, Jaluo, kila mtu hapa. Saa ile Mjaluo analala njaa, Mluya analala njaa, Mkikuyu analala njaa. We will not fight our fellow countrymen. In fact, some of these members of parliament who talk, you know, we are with them in the Senate. Mtu kama Cherargei, yeye anaweza piga nani hapa mbele vile mnaona hapa. Who can Cherargei fight here? Eh? He talks like that because he knows he's going to hide behind the instruments of violence of the state. Senator Cherargei, instead of organizing your boys to come and fight peaceful demonstrators, just come and fight Sifuna. Hey, akuje tu tukutane watu wawili. Lastly, they are crying and saying, oh, this signature thing is going nowhere. But they are actively sabotaging the collection of signatures. We have had over 1,000 attacks on our website that is being used for collection of signatures. They have even cloned the website to try and, confuse our supporters. But we are saying Kenyans want to eat, and they want to eat today. It doesn't matter how long you cover your ears. Tutapiga hiyo masikio kofi mpaka ifunguke. Usikie kilio ya Wakenya. Asante sana.
Now, as we continue with this discussion, just a quick request for those who are watching and you are not subscribed, please consider subscribing. To our return to Baba Samasa, thank you so much. And again, to all our viewers, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much, and back to this discussion. Now, this is the website that was launched by Raila Amolo Odinga and the Azimio la Umoja leadership. Fight for our future. Tumechoka.com, tumechoka.net, tumechoka.org. That is what was launched. So you can enter this, any of this, and you will get to the website. You will be directed on how to sign. You're going to sign. You read, understand, and then give your details, then you sign. In that way, you have done it. This was launched because majority of Kenyans who are not in Kenya, but they are supporting this initiative, they were asking, how can we get to sign this this initiative? That's what people were asking for. And Ruto realized that now it is just worse because even Kenyans outside the country, those who are in diaspora, were yearning for this move. They wanted really to sign to this paper. And that's what pushed Azimio to do so. So with this, it tells you that outside the country, Ruto has lost the grip of Kenyans. And in the country, it's also a total mess. So that's why we have this site. And if you go to it, you will see Tumechoka. Having read and understood the intention of the promoter of this initiative, I hereby support the citizens' initiative to remove from office Mr. William Ruto as president and Mr. Rigathi Gachagua as deputy president of the Republic of Kenya. Now, with this one, you see the details there. You write your name, constituency, ward, you sign, and you are done. So Raila has also been sharing this on his Twitter handle. You can see when he was at Kenyatta market, he also tweeted on the same. And this is what he said. We stopped by Kenyatta market for lunch and took the opportunity to greet and ask wananchi to sign to tumechoka.com citizens initiative and attend tomorrow's meeting in Kamukunji as well. You see, then even yesterday he was still sharing. He had also another meeting. So what he said, starting on Wednesday, be ready for the game-changing maandamano. Tumechoka.net. He's still sharing. Now, here is the person who is cloning this thing. The person whom Edwin Sifuna was talking about. That is Dennis Itumbi. Dennis Itumbi is now bringing in something else, and this one is something maybe they have discussed in State House to start so that they can mislead Kenyans to sign into a different thing, thinking that you are supporting an initiative that was started with Raila Amolo Odinga. And this is what they have shared there. In his tweet, he's really sharing every day. This is what he said in the beginning. babatumechoka.com. You know, when Kenyans go to mass action, they are saying Baba Tumechoka, tusaidie. So he's using the name babatumechoka.com so that he might mislead those who are always saying that Baba Tumechoka. You see, and if you open that site, you will see Tumechoka. This is the initiative. Having read and understood the intention of the promoter of this initiative, I hereby support the citizen initiative to stop the pension benefit of Mr. Uhuru Kenyatta and Mr. Raila Odinga and Mr. Kalonzo Musyoka as per law established for their continued engagement in destructive politics, incitement and violence. Then also, yes, put there, you can name, phone number, count name, constituency, ward. He has just cloned the other one, but with a different agenda. If you look at this, I want to tell you one thing. Most of Kenyans who are so much hungry and angry with William Ruto's regime, once Raila opened this website, they don't even read. They just fill in the gaps. Because people are tired, they just want to fill it and let William Ruto get out of power as quick as possible. Their aim is to fill, share, and get more people signing. Wengi hawasomi. So, kwa sababu ya wengi wenye hawasomi, it is very easy to fall into Edwin Sifuna's trap. You will just open and say, tumechoka. Then from there, you start filling and you submit. So you will be signing to something different. So you see, and even he's sharing some tweets confirming that they are collecting, which is a lie. 2.12 million signature, babatumechoka.com. So it tells you, really, that's exactly what they are doing, just to mislead Kenyans. With all this, it should confirm one thing to you. It is a sign of panic. They have been caught up in a mess, and they don't know which way out of this mess. If they head away, they cannot go and clone something else. They will look for another innovative way of dealing with this one. So it tells you, even they cannot reason. Raila Odinga has managed, together with the Azimio leadership, to put William Ruto on a wall. And because Kenya Kwanza government has been pushed to the wall, they are now trying to take a defense position. As we're speaking now, Raila Odinga, in this politics and the situation we are in now, has prepared his team, and they are cleverly striking. They have placed themselves in a better place to strike. So every time they are striking, and they are hitting very hard on the Kenya Kwanza side. And because the strikes are becoming numerous, Ruto is being pushed to a wall now to take a defense position. And all of this kind of things we are seeing here, cloning, and the issue of police officers rejecting their way, and now calling members of parliament to organize goons, is all meant to defend. Unajua wakati mko kwa football mnacheza, yani mmekuwa well marked to an extent, the only thing you are resulting to is only to take a defense position, so that now you block the other one from scoring, but you just defend, but you cannot score on their side. So it's like you have recalled the team. Instead of putting themselves in a good position to strike or score, they're literally all defending. This is where we are now. I'm telling you, all this is desperate science. Ruto has no way out. The only thing that should happen is to look for a way to recall his finance bill. Majority of Kenyans, Azimio is not saying how many signatures they have collected because they know it's huge. Ruto should just wait for a bombshell. By the fact that they can go to an extent, when they talk about 1,000 times attack, it means Itumbi and the team, they are not sleeping. Ruto has assembled everyone on table to help on dealing with this side, with all those attacks. Because really, what can you be worried if really you think that this initiative is not making sense? Why more than 1,000 attacks? They are in problem. They are in a mess. And this one is just to tell them that they are on their own Today, people are believing in the initiative that is being pushed by Raila Amolo Odinga. With all this desperate move, it tells you that we don't have a government. It's a clueless government. If they are listening, they will not go to an extent of attacking a website. They will not go to an extent of now asking police officers to illegally shoot at Kenyans. They will not go to an extent of calling for a meeting to organize members of parliament to come up with goons to attack Kenyans. They will deal with the issue on the ground as far as the cost of living is concerned. Hapo ndipo tuko sasa.